Well, good day, YouTube. Um, it is Monday. I said I'd check in. I left off here on Friday morning, and trying to figure out this Rona test and to make sure everything was going to be kosher. So, anyways, around getting about 11 o'clock, whatever. I'm starting to worry because I have to get this test done on Saturday. And so I called the hospital and talked to them. And they assured me that they got it figured out. And they said, just come on down, check in like you would normally. And we're doing the Rona test in the ER. I'm like, great. I'm like, I got to get my blood work done too, so, I'll just do the lab. Is it going to be open? Yeah, the lab's going to be open. And come on down. So in the meantime, my wife had called from work. And she called the radiologist department where I get this done. And asked him what's the dealio. And she didn't know I'd talked to him, and I didn't know she had talked to him. So I was just waiting for her to come home from lunch and tell her. So she comes home for lunch, and she's like, I called down there and talked to and left a message. They called me back, and this is from the radiologist, and they're like, come on down. Told her exact same thing. Check in like normal. We're giving the test in the ER and get your labs done. And so we're like, great. It's like, they must just have someone dedicated because they're only doing this if you're having a procedure. It's not for just walk in off the street test. You have to be having a procedure done. And so I figured they just got someone there on standby, that's all they're doing. And so Saturday we get up and we head down there about 9 o'clock, 9:30, and head on down there to get it done. So we go in there to check in, and we're like, hey, I'm here to get my Rona test. And they're like, well, what are you talking about? It's like, well, we were told twice, to come down. You guys are doing this in the ER for the patients having procedures done. And she just gave us, for lack of better words, she just gave us a stupid look, like, what in the heck are you even talking about? It's like, well, we both talked to the hospital yesterday. I can get my Rona test and my lab work done. And the lab's supposed to be open until noon on Saturday down there, which we already did know that. But we were just double checking, and she's like, I don't have no clue what you're talking about. She's like, we're not giving anybody any tests whatsoever. I'm like, well, you don't understand. We called and they called, And so she's like, well, let me get on the phone. And so she gets on the phone, talks to whoever, I don't know, and gets off the phone. She's like, well, you can go get everything done at the Sutter Community Health. So that's on the same campus. It's right there, right by the infusion center and everything. Everything's right there for me. And so she's like, go over there and they'll do the test. And so it takes us maybe 2 minutes, to get there. And it's eerily quiet. Nobody's in this place. We have to make noise and to get somebody's attention. They're all in the back doing whatever. And finally this gal comes out, and it's like, we told her what we're there for. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We're like, they just called over here and confirmed. We're supposed to come over here and get these 2 tests done. One's for the hematologist, and one's for the radiologist. And mass confusion. And she's like, well, no one's called. I'm like, we sat there while she was on the phone with you guys. She's like, nah, no one's called us. She's, they're not even open, not even for walk-ins. And so we're like, oh, what the heck, So she didn't. I really hate to put people down, but she didn't seem that intelligent of a person to be working up at the front desk to me. When you have to repeat yourself numerous times, But so she says, well, let me go back and talk to the nurse. I'm like, all right. So she comes back out after like 5 minutes and comes out and still confused, And so I explain it to her like she's 6 years old. I talk slow, explain it to her, and now I think she gets it. So she's like, well, let me go talk to the nurse. I'm like, well, you just did, So she comes back out. She's like, we'll go ahead and do the test. I'm like, great, And she's in the computer and yada yada. She's like, well, I have to go talk to the nurse again. She comes back out and she says, well, we're not going to do the blood draw. I'm like, really? Why not? It's like, well, didn't really have an answer. She's like, we will do the Rona test. I'm like, all right, great, So I get the Rona test done. And labs were closed for the holidays at the hospital. I was just like, this is crazy, You guys told us that you were open, and you're not even going to be back open until Tuesday. I was like, my procedures are Tuesday morning, bright and early. And so just gonna have to take a chance. They should be able to spin the blood up fast enough. So I'll have to go down a little bit early. Lab opens at 8, and have them do the blood draw and spin it up. And so hopefully that'll be done by 9 o'clock when I need to be at the infusion center. Scheduling is really tight this week, hour apart. Which usually I'm late, to the infusion center, but they know I'm coming. And there's no guaranteed how long it actually takes to drain me, how much is in there, weight and whatever. And so that's the plan. It's just like more stress. It's like, and then I had bad, crappy days. I think I had a day and a half that was all right. I think Friday was all right when I did the blog, and half of Saturday, and then I just felt like death. It's like, damn, I'm gonna die any minute type of feeling. And the leg pain, muscle pain, joint pain, that came on strong. And the rest of the weekend was just crap today. And just feel like, I'm going to die any minute. I know I'm not, but that's how it feels. So I did have to take a pain pill, already today, which is something I don't want to do because that just tells me, things are getting worse. Now you need a pain pill by 10 o'clock in the morning. It can't be good. And, it causes me stress, and I lose my patience. Very easily I lose my patience. Something I've had to work on all my life is patience. A little bit of it carried over into the house, but we resolved it real fast and carried on. And so, our personal life, was all right. Just one short 5-minute disagreement, I guess, whatever, you spat, but it's just me, losing my patience, being grumpy. And so anyways, I'm at least scheduled for the peritonesis at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I won't even know probably till then if I'm going to, well, I'll go to the infusion center no matter what. And just don't know about the phlebotomy is what I won't know about until the blood test comes back. But like I said, they can spin that up pretty fast. Sometimes I get the alert on my phone within a half an hour after leaving the hospital, barely making it home. It takes me half an hour if I come directly straight home. And this last time, I already had the alert when we pulled in the driveway. So hopefully they'll have it all. The hematologist, he was absolutely no aspirin, no nothing like that. He's like, if we do anything, we'll just throw an IV on you and hydrate you that way before they do the blood draw, the phlebotomy. And so I don't even know. We'll know once they start trying to drain me, if I'm going to clot up again. And so that's kind of where that's at. That put me at the infusion center, longer if they pump a whole IV bag in me to hydrate me. And just have to wait and see. So that's where we're at for tomorrow. And, I'll let you all know how it goes. As normal, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Just depends on how I feel, if I feel like doing it, And I do want to thank everybody. I try to every time for their donations and help. We really appreciate it. It helps with our gas bill, our medical bills. I covered that on Friday. And it helps a lot. And people are donating. Seems to be some confusion on my PayPal pool. Running that on Facebook, and got like this snooty remark. They're like, "Why do you want all of my information, my name, and this and that?" And it's like, I try to explain to them. Well, if you just check the anonymous box, I was like, no one gets to see that, and if you have a debit or a credit card and you've ever shopped on Amazon or eBay or wherever, you have to give up your name, your address. I mean, that's to protect us, the card holder, and protect, that's how they protect us. And you try to explain it to them, they just get snooty, like, I was going to help, but you just want too much information. Well, it's not me that wants the information. It's your banking institution that wants the information to make sure, it's you and the card's legit. And they just don't get it. Some people have just mailed me cash. And that's no problem. I ain't got no problem giving up my address, So I have to rewrite something for them. I try to explain it to them again. Try to explain it to them like they're 6, but in a way where they don't think I'm explaining it to them like they're 6. But there's always that anonymous box, You guys don't need to attack me, because of what your financial institution does to protect you and your money and your cards. And, that's just a gimme. It's like either you've never had these and you've never shopped online, or you're just too ignorant. I guess that's a good word we can use because it's not really a bad word. Ignorant means you just don't know. And so I can use that word. They're just ignorant, of how it works. They just don't know. So I'll probably make a big response again tonight and walk them through the process. It's great they want to help. Like I said, we really appreciate it, and it helps us a lot. But man, don't gotta be snooty to me about it. Have they never seen a GoFundMe or a PayPal pool or anything? Like I said, or anything. Shop online, but. It is what it is, If they don't donate, so be it, It's not going to kill me. I'm already dying. So there's that. hopefully I'll feel better sometime today. This evening, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've already had to take a pain pill at 10 o'clock this morning. And that just makes me worry and stress because I know it's not good. You know, things are getting worse every day, obviously. But in reality, I'm not going to drop dead, you know, like tonight. That's not going to happen. I hope not, you know. So I do have time, you know. And comes, you know, that's where the patience comes in, you know. Think about what your doctors are telling me, and, you know, just got to ride it out until hopefully, you know, I get a chunk of liver from somewhere. I'd be happy with a pig liver, to tell you the truth. The hemochromatosis, man, that's painful, I'll tell you that, just on its own. The muscle pain, the joint pain, I don't know if I said it, but the joint pains now moved up into my shoulders. So it does make it hard to sleep at night. Didn't sleep for crap last night. And I took 2 of the pain pills at 8:30 last night, hoping, you know, but still woke up in pain. Probably 5-6 different times. And I know I might just have to get on a pain pill schedule every 6 hours. I don't know. I don't want to be there. I guess that's my bullheadedness. But G23, I did want to say something to you again. I went back and watched Friday's blog thingy, and I just wasn't getting what you were saying about going up into Coos County. The reason I would go to Medford instead, it's pretty much the same, you know, time-wise, you know, 2.5, 3 hours to get up to Coos Bay for me. And same with inland. But the reason I go inland is I deal with 2 of the hospitals there, Asante and Providence. And I'm already in the system, and they get all my records updated, you know, and so they know everything. If I went north to Coos Bay, they wouldn't have a clue on what's going on. It'd be like, you know, starting all the way back to December, you know, and I just don't know how it would work. I think it'd be more hassle than, but sorry about that, phone was ringing. Those 2 hospitals, you know, they're tied in. So the 3 hospitals that I do go to, they're all tied in. They all get my test results at the same time. They all know exactly what's going on. So that's why I would go to Medford. And, you know, that's where my gastrologist is as well. And it'd make it a lot easier and a lot less stressful, I think, than trying to have to explain it. But I tell you what, if I get to feeling better, and there's a good day for me to come up Coos County, you know, I will, and as long as we can have Abby's Pizza, and that would be worth the drive. But right now, you know, it's just, I try not to go anywhere where I really don't have to, and I'll push down here as hard as I can to keep it to the shorter trip to Crescent City to the hospital, and as long as I can. But, you know, there's the reason. It took me a while to understand what you were saying, but I did get it finally. And so that's the reason why. And I hope that makes sense now. But yeah, you know, if I feel good and we got a nice day, you want to meet, you know, up in Coos Bay for some Abby's Pizza, I'm down, brother. And we don't have Abby, so the closest Abby's for me is Coos Bay or Grants Pass. You know, I can't just run and get my Abby's Pizza. And I don't really like none of the pizza here in Brookings, to tell you the truth, and or in Crescent City either. But I get what you're saying now, brother. You know, if it absolutely came down to it, you know, I could go north, but it's not something I want to even think about, starting all over, explaining and getting, you know, records transferred, you know, because they're in a different loop than I'm in up there. But I appreciate you looking out for me, and hopefully, you know, we can meet up there for some Abby's Pizza. One thing I won't meet you for is sushi here in town. Neither one of us care for sushi, but if you happen to be down this way, the door is always open, like I've said before. So that's where we're at for this week. Most of the days were crap. I enjoyed about a day and a half of good time. Sounds like I'm in jail, but you know, my leg pain was, you know, was good, and joint pain was decent, and I felt better, but just didn't last very long for me. A day and a half. I guess, you know, take what you can get when you can get it, and wife's feeling better. Just some kind of nasty flu's been going around here. I've seen some people that turned to pneumonia, and they were talking like 2 weeks to recover. My wife's not 100%, but you know, she's on the mend, and you know, bless her heart for doing what she's doing. Why she's sick for me, you know, and she never does anything for herself. And that's kind of hard on me. But hopefully someday our dream will come true. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to pause for a minute. But hopefully I can do something for her, you know, make our dream come true, and live our lives out the way we have planned. And that would be great. And I just wish I could do something for her in the meantime. There's really nothing I can do, you know. The women probably won't understand what I'm saying that watch this, but, you know, it's the man thing. We're supposed to take care of our woman, you know. Take care of the household, and, you know, make sure the finances are there. And it's just the opposite for me right now, you know. And then knowing what my wife does, you know, she's pulling her 40 hours a week in at work, you know, probably another 30 hours for me, you know, paperwork and phone calls and keeping the house up, and it's a lot on her. So, you know, she's at least 70 hours a week that she's working, and that's a lot, you know. Even when I was a young buck, you know, I worked some long hours, but 70 hours a week, and it's quite a bit, you know. You get older like us, you know, she just turned 60. You know, I'm not far behind her. I'm 59. And you just ain't got to get up and go anymore, you know. And I think there's some ladies here that might take her out on a night on the town. Take her out for dinner. I can't take her out for dinner, you know. I can't. If it's a really good day, but to try to plan it, it doesn't work that way for me right now, because I can make the plans, and then in the end, it's just like I just can't do it. I just don't have it, And so that would really suck. She hates disappointment like that, She understands, It's till I get better. Nothing's gonna get better. And so hopefully some of these gals here in town, got some wonderful people that live here, very helpful people. I specifically picked out this town when I retired. Specifically picked it out. I hunted for 5 years to find some place to settle down, and Brookings is what I found, and it's a coastal town. I've always been attracted to them. I'd really like to live in Maine in some of their coastal towns, but it's just too dang cold there. And I pretty much live in a banana belt, and that suits me fine. And like I said, the people, generous, kind people, helpful people. If you guys even knew a tenth of what I've done here since I've moved here, and the help I've got doing it, working on our big fires and search and rescue, and helping the homeless and the homeless coalition, and helping the food banks, and I don't do it all by myself. I can pick up the phone and get help, and so it's a good place to live. The only bad thing about living here is there's no health care. Really, there isn't. And a lot of the older seniors, they end up having to move from here, to move inland, to get the health care needs that they have, which is really sad because this is such a nice place to live. And small community. It's a large community to me. There's about 6,000 in the town, which is quite large for me myself. I'm not used to this many people. I'm an introvert, and our dream is to have that cabin in the woods, and we'll get there, hopefully, and get away from people. But that's about it for now. Already running close to 30 minutes again. Seems they all run about that. I'll check in Wednesday or Thursday. Let you know how it goes. I don't think I have quite as much fluid built up. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll have to weigh myself. I've got it figured out by how much my weight gain is, how many liters of fluid I have in me. So once you start tracking it, it's easy to track, I know exactly how much the fluid weighs. It's like 1.92 pounds per liter. And then I know exactly what I weigh when I step out of the peritonesis room, I go straight to the scales. And so it's easy to keep track of. I'll have to weigh myself probably a little later tonight. But my guess, probably this week, well, just probably really low 4-liter numbers, maybe a little bit under 4 liters. It's kind of hard to tell, especially with the hemochromatosis. It causes a lot of abdomen swelling as well. So without, weighing and whatnot, it's hard for me to say. But I will weigh. And like I said, we have running bet down there with the RNs over pizza. And it's Abby's Pizza, actually, if someone can guess, But we'll see. Hopefully it's not too much. Hopefully the increase in albumin will help slow that down. That's the whole purpose of that infusion, is to suck that crap back into my blood system. However it does it, I really don't know. But I just haven't been real thrilled about the results of it after, 3 months. But, and I ran a couple of months where they were just underdosing me on it. But maybe it'll start working better, and I can get these peritonesis scheduled farther out than every 7 days. You know, that would be nice. Save us, you know, maybe a couple trips a month to the hospital. But maybe it'll just go away. I don't know. I don't think it's going to go away until I get a liver transplant. But anyways, I'm out of here. I'll check in Wednesday or Thursday. Let you know how it goes. You know, hopefully everything will run smooth. I will get the peritonesis, the draining of the fluid. All I gotta do is pass the Rona test to have that done. And the blood test is good for a month on that. They only check my INRs once a month for that. And so I'm good for, I don't know, 3 more weeks, I guess. I just had it done. So they won't even look at that for 3 more weeks. So it's only the Rona test for that. The blood test is for the, well, part of it is for the peritonesis as well. Because if my blood gets too thin, that's where they want to give me the platelets before they do it. But mainly it's going to be for the phlebotomy. And be curious to see where my numbers are. If they're still going down, hopefully they are. I think I'm sure I already told you last week they were at 665. And so that's dropped down from 1,366. And so hasn't made my pain stop, but I've also been doing some research on that, and they're talking 8 months before you really start getting much relief from the phlebotomies. But we'll see. Anyways, I'm out of here. I do want to make a comment about behind me. I didn't really notice it, but you can see the wall kind of, you know, it changes back there. That's my TV. The TV reflecting off my back wall, so it changes colors a little bit or whatever. I can't notice it when I'm recording. If I watch my videos back, which I usually don't even watch them, but that's what that's from, my TV. So it's not a crappy cam or anything. It's just my TV, you know, changing scenes back and forth, and reflects back here on the wall. I'll leave a link for the PayPal pool. It's still running for 14 more days, and I'll put a direct link to the paypal.me as well. Inscriptions down below. Always appreciated. You guys, hope you had a good Memorial Day. Much respect to our fallen soldiers, brothers and sisters. I am ex-Marine, and don't forget what we're celebrating, you know, today for. Freedom jets done flew over, and much respect. So give them the respect they deserve, and peace out. We'll talk soon.